This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the Men's Room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the Men's Room.
And away we go. Welcome to season 16, episode number 3536. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and Mike Hawk. Montgomery. And you are the Men's Room. On tap today it is a random question. Your guess is as good as mine. Categories: delicious McDonald's and tasty pizza. We will play Profile This, plus headlines, Men's Room Shot of the Day, fun listener emails, and everyone's favorite TV Time with Ted. Click, clack. All right, here we go to Ireland, where country is under attack by sex-crazed Randy spiders, the size of your hand. We're going to Georgia, where a woman is arrested for dialing the rotary phone while lying on the sand. 5-year-old girl bit on the face by venomous snake at a Russian petting zoo. Honolulu police criticized for buying a canine unit that never has to poo. And in Southern California, where a mountain lion drags a 5-year-old kid around the lawn. Isn't that cute? That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, a woman in Georgia, as Miles said, she was arrested for indecent exposure. You see, she scratched her carnal itch, we'll just say, with the help of a vibrator on a beach. Thing is, there was no one else on the beach. She didn't think anyone saw her, but one person did, and they recorded it. Now, I may have recorded that too, but not for the cops to see, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, she was arrested. Now, what she should do is move to Guadalajara, Mexico. Why Guadalajara? Well, Guadalajara just approved a law allowing sexual intercourse and exhibitionism in public. Lawmakers say it'll allow police to focus on fighting serious crime. And I think it's a great idea because, let's face it, there's a lot of serious crimes out there, like, kidnapping. And I know a thing or two about kidnapping. But in Tennessee, a man attempted to kidnap a woman that was walking on a dog trail. To defend herself, she used the only weapon at her disposal, a bag of her dog's poop. She smeared dog crap on his face, and it actually gave her enough time to run away and escape. And that's pretty scary. But that's less scary than the woman in California who watched a mountain lion drag her 5-year-old son across the yard. Now, she did manage to fight the lion off, not with dog poop, but with good old-fashioned bare hands and lots of screaming and panic. And these are just some of the stories we saw, stories that left us with many questions we'd like to ask you in the form of our random question. And this is how it works. You call us, we'll ask you a question at complete random. And after you share your story, we will share with you the news story that inspired said question.
Be part of the big show on the Random Question. Call 206-421-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live. And send those emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Start summer up by mixing things up with top paint and stain brands at Lowe's. Shop HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams, Valspar, Cabot to find the perfect pop of color or classic shade you've been looking for. And don't forget to prep your deck for the season with reliable wood stain and sealer. Now's the perfect time to complete your paint or stain project. Lowe's, all things summer, all at the right price.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu. Certified to operate by Chev.
99.9 KISW.
All the shows and away we go. Welcome to season 16, episode number 3,536. What a large and in charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat.
Oh, sure.
Action-packed show. We're all tired as hell.
Yeah.
So it's going to be sloppy and fun.
Yeah.
The exciting return of your guess is as good as mine. Our categories today, we have the top 10 items that have been sold at McDonald's. Throughout McDonald's.
All time?
All right. Yep, based on sales. And then we have your top 10 favorite pizza toppings. These seem to change every year. And we have a brand new list.
Oh, boy.
You know, sometimes the tried and true's there, but some of course sneaks in. It's a little bit weird. So, on those categories coming up, McDonald's and pizza toppings, on your guess is as good as mine. Oh, by the way, coming up on the Men's Room Happy Hour. That's where we head over to the Odyssey app. More Men's Room exclusively on the Odyssey app. Every Monday through Friday at 6 o'clock, we leave these airwaves. Head over to the Odyssey app. Today, the exciting return of Man vs. Beast and the return of the word where we understand some of the origins of the slang terms for breasts, from what I've understood.
Yeah, today we'll be focusing on the breastises and two of the more common terms that we use to describe them. One we can say on the radio, which would be boobs. The other one we cannot say on the radio. And I had my thoughts of what the origin would be. I was way wrong.
So it's not based on animals or anything
I
like that?
thought it was because the as far as boobies and then tits as far as animals go, right? Mm-hmm. In the bird world, there's boobies and there's tits. And I just assumed that it had something to do. Nothing. Not a damn thing. Mm-hmm. I was almost disappointed. Yeah. Like I'm going, but where do the birds come into this?
And if you don't have the Odyssey app, it's easy. It's absolutely free. Just download it, then search for the Men's Room, and you'll see the Men's Room Happy Hour. You click on that, favorite it, and you'll be able to listen to us every Monday through Friday at 6 as we give you more Men's Room. Rules are off the table on this. There is no FCC. We don't have to comply with the same rules that we do here on those airwaves. So keep that in mind if you happen to be listening in a car with children or any of that. Probably
don't listen to it in the car with children.
Yeah, we're going to tell you right now.
Straight up.
Seriously.
Do not do that.
That is not a good idea. We're just going to tell you right now. It's a rated R version of the show, so to speak. So
it's worse than that.
Well, yeah. Men's Room Happy Hour is on the way. That is correct. All right, today is the day we do our random question. Question 206-421-ROCK.
Random.
Hello, Roberto. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola, random, yeah.
Hola. What's happening there, Roberto?
I feel like we just answered the phone of a Muppet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, let's go. We'll start with a couple questions about parents. Roberto, how did a parent really make you mad? Look, even if your parent is just disciplining you for some reason, or they're taking away a privilege, or they're grounding you, you might have been at fault. That doesn't mean that you're still not mad at one of your parents.
Oh, yeah, you're still mad.
Or maybe when you're an adult and they do something stupid, too, and you realize, man, oh, man, what the hell's going on? So how did a parent really make you mad?
Man, I don't even. I'm drawing a blank here. When did my parents make me mad?
Mm-hmm.
I got nothing.
You got nothing?
They never made you mad?
They never disciplined you? They never took away, your television watching? And nothing like that? You just...
No, my parents were pretty cool. They let me do what I want to do, and I just, I gave them lots of respect, and it kind of went both ways. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't...
That's awesome. That really is, man. I don't think that's normal.
What did you do to piss off your parents?
Well, I kind of was just a standard kid who did lots of stuff, and, no, I was a good kid. I didn't do anything.
Okay, all right. Wow, damn.
That is so unlike my childhood.
I know. I can't believe that. I mean, I was in trouble constantly.
I was in trouble so much I did not interpret it as being in trouble. It's just kind of how the day was, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I know you're mad at me. Of course you're mad at me. I did something.
That's why I played sports. That's honest to God why I played sports. That was the one place I could go and not get in trouble.
Really?
It doesn't mean you didn't run laps with everybody else or whatever. I might have effed stuff up playing, making, bad plays or stuff like that.
But it wasn't your parents
But
mad at
I
you.
didn't, Montgomery. But other than that, that wasn't the worst thing in the world.
Right.
For me, you work your ass off and everything else, but I was never in trouble. When I went to school, I could get in trouble. When I was playing with my friends, I could get in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
When I was at home, I could get in trouble. But it seemed like sports was the one place where, for whatever reason...
Because they weren't there.
It just wasn't...
It's like more
all
like...
coaches are more, like you said, you're just going to run laps.
Right.
That's it, right? You know what the punishment's going to be. They didn't love you in the first place, so your feelings aren't hurt. There's no real thing. Outside your family, it doesn't matter. Like, even at work. They'll say it all the time. Like, well, yeah, we might get in trouble, but that's someone's butt hurt. When they're done being butt hurt, you get on... It doesn't matter. But with family, you feel a lot different, right? Like, if your boss said, I'm disappointed, like, well, sorry, man, I don't know what to tell you. Your parents say they're disappointed. It bugs you.
Yeah.
Now it's an issue.
Like, just dumb stuff like, you got to cut the grass this weekend. All right, well, all right, I'll cut it like Sunday evening. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to enjoy my weekend. I've been in school all week. You know what I mean? Like, your work, I'm in school. I still have to come home and do my homework. If it's nice on a Saturday, I'm going to go hang out with my friends. Like, the grass will get cut before Monday. Like, better cut that grass. Like, it's Saturday at noon. Saturday afternoon, better cut that grass, better cut that grass, better cut that grass, better cut that grass. I'm going to cut the grass before the weekend. When Monday comes around, you wake up, the lawn will be cut. That's all you need to worry about.
But see, at least you had that. My father was real clear. Like, you will have the grass cut by 7:30. And I take his line. I'm not asking you, by the way, just in case there's any confusion. Yeah. It will be done.
Well, I did it with my nephew last time I saw him.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll cut it tomorrow. It's like, it is going to rain tonight. Just cut the goddamn grass.
Well, in that instance, yes.
I didn't ask you, man.
Instance, yes. But I'd still be like, nope.
I don't, trust me. No, but he kept pushing it. And I was like, look, I'm tired of hearing my brother say it to you. I'm telling you now, as Uncle Ted.
Yeah.
Cut the damn grass.
Like, if we had people over and there was a barbecue out back in the backyard or whatever, I'd cut the grass for that. Sure. But if there was nothing on the table, you know what I mean? Like, the grass needs to be cut this weekend. All right, well, my understanding is the weekend is Saturday and Sunday. Oh. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will get it done.
Oh, yeah.
If this is my job.
But that's the fault of the parent. I am so specific with my words. Like, they have no wiggle room. Like, I make a statement, and you see them trying to noodle it out. It's like, I already got it covered. I've been a kid.
Yeah.
You have no out. Go get it done. And then they just do it. And the best thing to me is when they roll their eyes, because that means they're about to go do it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to like it. You've never heard me say, man, oh, man. Do you love cleaning the room? I don't care. Right. Clean your goddamn room.
And then I wake up on Monday morning knowing that I cut the grass, but I cut it right at dusk. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And there'd be like a 2-inch strip that I missed, and he just point, like, get out there and cut that strip. That's driving me nuts. And I'm just like, oh, man, it was dark. I didn't see that. You know,
dude, I told you the worst one.
Strips, man.
Wait till the last second.
The worst one I've seen in a while is my buddy. We were flying back to his house, and his wife was very fired up to host. So she cut the lawn, but it had been too wet. It's like when we showed up, like, she's like, I think he's pissed. And I was like, no, he's fine. It's not a big, and I'm trying to cover it up. Like, I can't tell that she's just put ruts throughout this giant lawn.
No. And a riding lawnmower?
Yes.
Oh, man.
I know. And you could see where, like, she was very particular, but it was very easy to see where she went by because there's ruts
all over
everywhere, right? So I'm like, no, it's fine. Like, he's happy you cut it.
Was he?
Well, no. Finally, he just walks by me, and we're like setting up beers around this fire or whatever, and he goes, she killed my effing lawn.
Oh no. All that work.
He's like, 2 years. All that work. 2 years I've been working on this lawn. She killed it.
All that work.
Oh, man.
He just walked away. It was touch and go there for a couple hours.
The reason we asked, how did a parent really make you mad? A judge has ordered a Western Michigan couple to pay $30,000 to their son for throwing away his pornography collection. Again, U.S. District Court Judge Paul Mahoney's decision this week came 8 months after David Working, who was 43 years old.
What's his last name?
Working. Won a lawsuit against his parents. He said they had no right to throw out his collection of films, magazines, and other items. Working had lived at their Grand Haven home for 10 months after a divorce before moving to Indiana. The judge followed the value set by an expert who came in and actually itemized everything and gave it a value. Now, Working's parents also must pay $14,500 for their son's attorney. After moving to Indiana, Working learned that his possessions were missing. Frankly, David, I did you a big favor getting rid of all of this stuff, his dad said in an email.
Don't ever think you're doing your kid a favor by getting rid of their porn. I promise you they're attached. The only thing that bugs me about the story, legally, yeah, the judge made the right call. My problem is that the son still sued his parents because of the porn collection.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you're a grown man. You should probably keep your porn with you. That's number one. Even you didn't, I don't know, extenuating circumstances. Dad got rid of it. But, really, man, you sued your own parents.
And typically, you just don't have $45,000 laying around. I don't care what stage you are in your life. You know, it's just not accessible money. I mean, maybe you got to take out, a second mortgage on your home or... You know, just I got $45,000 underneath the bed, just here.
I don't think I own $45,000 worth of collected anything. I can take all of my band equipment. it does not remotely add up. So certainly porn, bro, what kind of porn were you looking at? Was it the high-dollar, super filthy stuff, or was this vintage stuff that collectors would be interested in?
I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know if something that's signed goes for more money if you have a magazine.
But I don't think Dad gets rid of it if you recognize it. You might not like porn, but if you go, all right, this is vintage stuff, on some level I understand. I don't think it's that. I think it's, the stuff you had to order, got in a black bag, sent to a P.O. box because it costs $80 for the high gloss, whatever you're into.
I'm assuming he's got every Playboy. That kind of a collection where you have every single, edition for every year.
But again, I don't think Dad's thrown that out.
I don't know how it could cost $45,000 unless they just put that number on it because that's how much he had paid for all this porn.
Well, I think his porn actually was $30,000. All right, so he had $30,000, which does not make it seem any better. The other $15,000 went to his lawyer, but god damn, buddy.
That's a lot of porn.
And if you have it all itemized, that means you're very aware of what you have. I would just think it would be on your person.
You wonder why he went through a divorce,
Random.
Lord, man.
What's your husband collect? Pornography.
Porn.
Lots of it.
Like the fancy stuff? I don't know, but it's worth 30 G's.
Look, if I found my kid's porn collection and it's worth $30,000, look, I didn't get rid of it, but you ain't getting it back either. You know what I'm saying?
I'd sell that ass.
I would sell some of it. Ted told me to sell it.
Right? Ted said, sell that ass.
Hello, Lisa. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Lisa, welcome to the program. Random question. All right, let's go with this one. Lisa, what were you doing when you realized that someone was watching you?
Oh, dear.
Scratching your butt.
I don't know. I get awkward whenever I feel like somebody's watching me at all. The standard, maybe you got a little itch in your nose at the stoplight, and you look over and it's 4 different people in the car next to you are staring at you.
Yes, all 4 at once.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, but an itch is, to me, I hate, the wedgie. You're walking somewhere public. You know you have the wedgie. You try to ignore the wedgie, but the wedgie always wins. So you could be in the most packed, you could be in the middle of the airport. I'm still I'm going to go for it. I have to get this wedgie. And I know people saw me. I understand the looks. I just can't take a wedgie. But I'm very wedgie sympathetic as well. When I see someone grab the wedgie, I'm like, don't judge. I get it.
Yeah.
I think for me that maybe if I'm making a very concentrated look on my face that looks really weird, just I don't know, if I'm just thinking hard about something, looking on my phone, maybe something like that, and I could just be making the weirdest face, and then I have to realize people are they're looking at me, and then I just kind of fix my face a little bit.
Yeah. Do you ever have to because for guys, and I think guys can recognize when other men do it, but you're somewhere public. So for dudes, a lot of times your testicles slip out of your underwear, or your D starts aiming the wrong direction where it causes you great discomfort. And even though you're around a million people, you have to find a way to very strategically right your stuff. And usually that's looking for change. Or there's a certain stance the guys take. Suddenly their feet get real far apart.
I know too many guys that are very unapologetic about fixing their
dangle, if you will.
Yeah. Well, it's like fixing your bra. You know what I mean? You know
I just do it at it. I don't even think about it. I just tug.
Oh, Ted just straight up, yeah. I've seen it. So, I mean, it's just what he does.
One of the better ones over the weekend, I think Ted showed me this, was the two kids who were at the Little League World Series, and they're out in the outfield on the grass. And they might have been players for another team. They look like they're baseball players.
They're wearing uniforms. Yeah. The camera just pans, and it's like, look, kind of like, oh, the kids are watching.
Yeah, this kid's got his phone, and he shows the phone to his buddy, and it's this woman with huge breasts.
Yeah.
And the look on the kid's face is like, oh, my God, I love breasts.
But they're on live TV. They have no idea.
They have no idea, right. I mean, basically, the kid doesn't say it. His mouth just drops open, and you can insert whatever word for a breast you want. Yeah. You know, his head is just like, boom.
One day, maybe I'll see one of those for real life. The reason we asked what were you doing when you realized someone was watching, a woman was arrested for masturbating with a vibrator on a Georgia beach, and she told police that she did not think anyone witnessed her self-pleasure session because it only took her 20 seconds to get to where she needed to go.
Damn.
A 5:30 afternoon report of a woman performing a sexual act on the beach. Tybee Island cops last month interviewed a witness who said the female suspect placed a towel on the sand and then opened her backpack and removed what looked like to be a vibrator. The woman, the witness told police, began using the apparent thing, adding that she could hear her moaning. After about 5 minutes, the woman gathered her belongings and departed. The witness, cops noted, recorded the suspect's actions on her phone. Yeah. A review of the video showed the suspect, who was wearing a one-piece green bikini, retrieve an unknown item from her backpack. The woman then spreads her legs apart, puts both her hands in between her legs. Investigators subsequently located the suspect, Christina Glick, at a nearby restaurant. She's a Georgia resident who lives about 40 miles from the island, reportedly admitted to masturbating at the beach. She said, listen, I put it in between the legs. I was covered with a towel. When she was later booked for indecent exposure and disorderly conduct, she uttered that she was sorry for what she did and that she did not think anyone saw her because it only took her 20 seconds to have an orgasm.
That might be the greatest vibrator ever created.
Have you guys seen a picture of this woman?
Again, yes. Like I said earlier, I would have recorded her too.
Oh, yes.
But the police would not know anything about it.
I couldn't believe
she was,
Yeah.
I mean, it changed the story for me.
Do you need help with that? More of the random question coming up, 206-421-ROCK.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Start summer up by mixing things up with top paint and stain brands at Lowe's. Shop HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams, Valspar, Cabot to find the perfect pop of color or classic shade you've been looking for. And don't forget to prep your deck for the season with reliable wood stain and sealer. Now's the perfect time to complete your paint or stain project. Lowe's, all things summer, all at the right price.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu. Certified to operate by Chev.
99.9 KISW. The men's room is in progress.
It is our random question. 206-421-ROCK.
Random.
Hello, Sean. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola. Sean, welcome to the program. Random question. All right, let's go with this one. John, who were you suspicious of, and what were you suspicious of them doing?
Like, in what kind of way?
Well, I don't know. Maybe you think that your neighbor is stealing your dog, and then your dog is gone. Or maybe you think that you're, I don't know, friend might be having an affair with your girlfriend?
I had a coworker one time that I thought stole my phone and my phone charger out of my backpack at work one time.
Okay. Why did you think that coworker did it?
Because he was one of the first ones there in the morning for the morning shift, and then he called me. It was a charger. He called me later saying that he didn't steal my charger.
That's weird.
Which made it even more suspicious that I think you actually did it and you're just lying.
Now, had you already accused him of doing this?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Then that's less weird.
All right. Well, Steve and I moved here. We both got the same moving company. Ted did as well. And the guy who was, I don't know if he was unloading you the same day, Ted, but either way, he worked with me the first day and then worked with Steve the next day because all the stuff was on one truck, essentially. Right. So he kind of admitted to killing his girlfriend or his wife. Mm-hmm. And normally I don't call Steve very often. I might send him a text or whatever, but I'm like, I got to call him like right now. I'm like, dude, I'm pretty sure the guy who moved me in killed his girlfriend. So you're
I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah,
dude.
whatever. And then the next day, he moves you in, and I think he basically spilled the same beans to you, didn't he?
It was weird. It's unsolicited, man. So it's him, and he's like the junior on this operation. There's a guy that owns it. Then there's this guy, and he's the bigger of the two guys, and he's grabbing stuff, and he's trying to be cordial, make conversation every trip, and he walked by like, yeah, I've been having a hard time, man, because, my girlfriend died. So my red flag goes up a little bit because Miles had told me this. So I'm like, all right, well, he just said his girlfriend died. 2 trips later, he's like, they never found the killer. I'm like, okay, man. 2 trips after that, he basically said, I killed my girlfriend. Mm-hmm. Then he breaks my dresser and tells me, hey, man, I broke your dresser. I said, it's all good, man. Don't even sweat that.
I don't even like that dresser.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even need that dresser. But yeah, by the end, I called Miles back and said, I'm pretty sure the guy killed his girlfriend.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I don't know what to make of it because he never had like one story, but his girlfriend was definitely dead. The cops certainly had not, quote unquote, found the killer by his own admission.
He would say stuff like this.
He was a suspect.
Cops are looking for the killer. I think basically what he said was, he said, they've only interviewed me a couple times, so I don't think they think it's me. And I was just like...
he works with a moving company that's like not in the area anymore.
I don't know.
No, I'm saying, hadn't he left the area he was from?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, this happened.
Yes. Right. That's exactly.
But he kept alluding to the fact that he killed his girlfriend. I'm like, I don't like this conversation, and I'm not trying to have it, but he won't drop it, but I'm not going to tell him to shut up because I don't want him to kill me.
I was suspicious yesterday of people.
Why?
I was in a
beer garden.
Well, right. So this is another beer garden story. A woman walked in and was like, you guys want a shot of Fireball? She didn't have a purse. I was like... I don't know where the fireball's hidden, so no.
Is that what you said?
I didn't say that out loud. To the person I was with, I go, I don't know where it's hidden. Just say no.
Where do you think she had?
Did you see her do a shot of Fireball?
No, she just was offering.
You just don't know where it is.
That's what it was like all day. People were like, damn it, Ted, now it's in my head. I'm like, right. She didn't have a purse. She was wearing like jean shorts and a pretty tight shirt. Like, it was somewhere on her person.
Okay. Reason we asked, who were you suspicious of, and what were you suspicious of? So the story goes, it was just after midnight in the morning of August 15th when a Monroe, Georgia County Sheriff's deputy answered a call just east of I-75 about a matter described in a report as a suspicious incident. It seems that a man who lives on a country lane below Johnsonville Road near Rocky Creek had been, as the man told the deputy, having issues with his wife. The man, an attorney, said he'd been living in the couple's guest house, but when he arrived home tonight, the deputy's write-up began, the man noticed that there were a set of butt-cheek prints on the trunk of one of his vehicles. The deputy did not appear to have dusted the posterior prints, and the report mentions no explanation from the origin of the dubious derriere. The husband said a smoke detector was missing from the guest house and that the door was unlocked to that place. He also told the deputy that someone had been accessing his computers and phones remotely. The husband was suspicious of his wife and her intentions, believing that she might have a boyfriend.
So the thing that set him off, though, were the butt cheeks.
The butt prints that were on the back of the trunk of one of the vehicles at their house.
You know exactly why they're there.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
Random.
Hello, Corey. Welcome to the men's room.
How's it going, gentlemen?
Hola. Corey, welcome to the program. Random question. All right, on the heels of that one, we'll go with this. Corey, have you ever had sex in public?
I have not.
Never.
Never, sir.
Are you against the idea, or just it's the opportunity has never come up?
The opportunity has never come up or to be hearing about it.
I'll be darned. Now, have you had a long-term relationship?
I've had a couple, and they both failed, so there we have that.
Okay. So you didn't try to spice it up at all. So basically, when you had sex, most of the time you had it just in the bedroom, correct?
In the bedroom. Hold on. I might have lied to you. I did it in the back of a truck, kind of hidden after a Willie concert.
All right, there you go.
Kind of hidden. Yeah, it's sex in public.
That's kind of hidden.
Yeah, the cops would tell you that is sex in public. You're kind of hidden, which means you're also kind of not.
Was this out of the gorge?
No, I'm over in Rochester. It's in between Rochester and Buffalo.
Oh, that's
okay.
right. Okay, all right.
One of those outdoor amphitheaters.
In between Rochester and Buffalo.
Well,
what's the name of the town?
Probably too cold to have sex in public there.
In the winter, yeah.
Oh, God, no. I was in, well, actually, it'd be a week from now that would have happened.
It was a week ago?
No. It would have been a week from now, like a couple years ago.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right, got you.
I get it. Labor Day weekend. Willie, sex in a truck.
How's the dating scene in northern New York?
What's that? I'm sorry?
I said, how's the dating scene in northern New York?
About as crappy it is everywhere.
All right. That's some positivity right there. Yeah.
Reason we asked if you ever had sex in public, a city in Mexico has approved a law that will allow sexual intercourse and exhibitionism in public, providing no one complains about it. The move is extended to prevent police in Guadalajara, a city of about 1.5 million people, from extorting couples who give their love in public.
Give their love.
According to a counselor who presented the initiative. So basically they have changed the law, and if you want to have sex in public, as long as nobody complains about it, you're doing okay.
In my rare experiences in Mexico, I don't think most people would complain about it. I'm not saying you just do it in the middle of a public park, but I mean, even if you're off to the side, there's a lot of PDA going on in Mexico. You know what I mean? No one has a problem loving each other, showing how much you love each other. I mean, not to the point that they're having sex, but now that they say you can, I'm all for it because I like their angle. Like, look, it's not that we're encouraging you to do this, but as far as the cops go, we have serious crimes. That ain't one of them. So if we just take, it's like decriminalizing weed, right? It's not even worth the paperwork or the distraction when there's other crap to worry about.
Was it was it Will Ferrell and I don't know, maybe Rachel Dratch who used to do the Lovas?
Yeah, and the hot tubs.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I swear to God, that's Puerto Rico. I mean, the waiter will look at you and you feel like he just made love to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's unbelievable. Puerto Rico's just got this kind of energy between people, probably. This,
man, I don't know if
it's like nothing I've ever experienced in my life. It's like everybody's just like dripping of sex.
I think it's like a Latin thing, man. We're in Mexico a couple of years ago, down there for Carnival, as it were, right? So, you're talking 100,000 people are out on the street, they're dancing, and the biggest, ugliest woman in all of Mexico singled me out, decided she wanted to dance with me. All right? I mean, she came right over. And like she's shaking her boobs doing the whole thing. And I'm just sitting there drinking a beer. Now keep in mind, I'm sitting with my wife. Mm-hmm. All right. So, and it's obvious that this woman's my wife. This woman who wanted to dance with me did not care. I don't even think in her mind she's doing it as a disrespect. But because of her appearance and size and shape and remarkable amounts of facial hair, all things considered, my wife's like, no, please, go
Take
dance
my
with me.
husband.
Oh, yeah.
Take my husband.
My wife's doing everything she can to get me to go dance. I'm like, no, it's okay. So the woman goes away, right? I don't like break her heart or anything, but she understood and she saunters off. About 20 minutes later, this dude rolls over, and I think he's going to ask my wife to dance. Then I think he's going to ask me to dance, and then he's like, hey, man, my sister really wants to dance with you. I'm like, well, who's your sister?
That girl.
It was that girl. I'm like,
oh, geez.
Yeah, listen, bro, man, I'm just, I'm here with the wife, man. So he's like, no, I know, man, it's Carnival. Like, they don't care.
Yeah, they just, come on.
He's like, if you want to go have sex with my sister, go ahead and do it. I mean, he was very much like on board. My wife's like, go. I'm like, no.
Like like this, I need you to be that person today.
Can you be who I know you to be?
Right.
Because if she didn't look like that, you would not be encouraging this. But because she looked like that, she's like, no, go dance. So she keeps looking at the woman doing that. No, he'll dance with you. I'm like, no, I won't. I really won't. But yeah, her brother came over. She really likes you.
Public sex. Like if I have sex while I'm out hiking, it's in public, but there's not a lot of people watching.
That's fine.
But if someone walks by, they see it. But if I decide not to complain, or I guess in this case, a park ranger might walk by, he wouldn't even tell you to stop. He might say, hey, people can see you from here, but if they make it legal, it's just,
well,
we'd rather you don't.
I think the biggest violation of that is if somehow children are able to see. Like if you're close to an area that's got, like, families in a park or whatever the deal is, I think that takes it over the line. But other than that,
I don't think most people, like if there's a kid's birthday party going on, I think you'd at least get up and move somewhere else.
Have you guys seen any of these bunnies having sex in your yard?
I have
What
not.
is with the damn bunnies?
I don't know,
Is
but
this because of the pandemic?
Have you seen how fast they have sex?
Yes.
Well, isn't that the thing?
It is literally.
Well, Mike, of course you have.
It is
You're-
literally about 5 to 10 seconds long.
It is.
It makes you feel better about yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quick. I mean, they get on it. I mean, it's a boom, 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 and then they separate and run apart.
But also,
so they
like-
chase each other around for there's a whole thing involved. They chase each other for 5 minutes, and then the sex.
For 5 seconds of sex.
5 seconds of
No,
sex. I swear
no.
to God, 5 seconds of sex. That's what I saw the other
I would die alone as a rabbit. Like, look, I'm not going to chase you for 5
is
minutes
that
for 5
all it-
seconds.
I'm like, is that all it takes? 5 seconds?
And then he bounces off is the weird thing.
Oh, yeah.
Well, aren't you in a better mood?
I mean, yeah, but...
I got a little pep in my step after I get laid, too.
Well,
brother.
yeah, but I got to take 5 before I got a little pep in my step. I can't just be like, bam, out.
I just can't imagine. They
He
are
gave 5 seconds.
They are ready to go when they're running because there's no stop. Once they decide, it's like boom, they're just right together and then they're out. Then they go their separate ways.
Maybe that's how they warm up the engine.
I don't know, man.
Oh, the foreplays are running around?
Yeah.
It's got to be because they don't cuddle or anything afterwards. I mean, they just go their own ways, get the hell out of there.
Random.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. You might look at that bunny and go, he's living the life. He's like, he has sex, then he saunters off, he's in a good mood.
Yeah.
But then there's sometimes maybe, be like, I don't know, do you want to cuddle rabbit? But there's no option.
There might be a cuddle rabbit out there.
Maybe.
Let that one in the yard at 18, like, trying to do Sheila tonight, man. I need someone to talk to. She's good. Hello, Nick.
I'm sorry, I just see your little shoulder shrug. Like, need somebody to talk to.
It's like one of those days, player. Dog's been barking at me all day. Cat scratched me. I'm going to go hang out with Sheila, man. She'll listen.
That damn squirrel was chasing me.
Get 5 seconds of D, and she gives me 20 minutes conversation. Hello, Nick. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Nick, welcome to the program. Random question.
All right, my
Nick.
big ass ears off.
Nick, let's talk about your cleaning regimen. Like how you take care of yourself there. Do you have a favorite product you use to clean yourself? A lot of people are pretty tried and true on their bathing products.
I didn't discover it. My wife discovered it, but now that Dove soap for dudes, man, I don't know what it is about that.
The Dove body wash?
Yeah, not the body wash. I actually have the bar.
Oh,
I'm not a body wash dude, man. I like that bar.
You would like that Neutrogena stuff. You guys ever used the Neutrogena body wash?
No, I don't like body wash.
God.
I want
It's
to be able to
invigorating.
put a hair on something and disturb other people.
Is it Dr. Brahmer's? Is that another one I use every once in a while?
I think you do.
Not the peppermint stuff that Ted uses to light himself up. I
don't use it. I'm all Dove now.
Oh, you
All
are?
Dove? Welcome to the Dove game.
Because then they have a shower foam. So, like, on a good Sunday morning, I'm in there looking like State Puff Marshmallow Man. I'm covered in foam.
But what do the foams do? Like, you got a body wash, I get it. That's like a place of soap. Like, all right. And then, like, what is foam? Is that like waxing your car if you wash it?
It's no different than the foam that you can get for your dishwashing stuff. You know what
It's
I mean?
just just foamy body wash. I have no good reason. I just prefer it.
I use a exfoliating scrub like once
serious?
every 2 or 3 days for my face.
Yeah, my facial routine is not very good.
I'm with him, though. I'm
What's
there.
that?
I put a little sand on my face from time to time, scrub those things out.
But looking between you and Miles, I would say your product works. I think.
Oh, I know. I got a big zit.
I mean,
on my forehead.
I'm looking at you like, are you sure that's what it does?
That's like I busted this morning. I pulled into Walgreens to buy toilet paper and stuff, and I look up in the mirror and I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's a big zit on my forehead. So I'm sitting there and I pop it, and I look over and the lady's like in the car next to me looking at me like, he just popped that zit in the mirror. Like, yeah.
I can't say it's just the mask, but I've had more zits in the last 2 years than I had.
Oh, I know. It's insane.
In years.
So what's your product you use to clean yourself?
So I use Dr. Squatch. It's they have those cool commercials where they talk about how all men's care products are all chemicals and stuff. So I use like the pine tar body scrub, and then they have like a shampoo as well. It smells pretty good, and it's not very harsh on your skin, so I use that quite a bit.
It doesn't smell squatchy?
I've never smelled the Squatch.
Oh,
but
God.
I'll call back and let you know.
We're looking at a picture of it now.
It looks like a slate counter.
Yeah, the pine tar. Yeah.
I mean, it really does. It's just a big black square.
Oh.
Is it like
the first 5 times using it, it's not too bad, but then you start getting down, and they put like real oats and like stuff in there. So if you rub that on your body, you're gonna have a bad time.
Okay. All right.
Well, that does not sound like a product I want to use then. Like, use our product, but not too much of it.
You just use it on your hands and then rub your body with it. It works pretty well.
All right. Okay.
Dude, I have a buddy that swears by this stuff. Can't remember the name of it. It's something funny, but it's not. It's a term I'm not positive to use, like testicle term. But it's like black.
Oh, it's probably a lot like that then.
Yeah.
I've used something that was black before. There's all kinds of weird things that, like there's this stuff that you use. It's like coal, but you brush your teeth with it. Have you seen that?
The charcoal stuff.
I see that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've used that before.
Yeah, I've known somebody use it. To their credit, they have the whitest teeth I have ever seen of anyone.
All right.
But when you look at the product, like that is jet black, but your teeth are like the color of a sheet of paper.
Yeah, when you're done with your toothbrush, like you can't get the black out. It's just like sitting there. It looks like basically you cleaned a coal mine with your toothbrush. Yeah.
But at least you know no one will use it.
Reason we asked what's your favorite product to clean yourself up here. Oh boy, the article says why you shouldn't wash your butthole with soap. As they say, diet, bowel movements, and sexual activity can all affect your rectum health. And something we don't often consider, though, is how we wash our butts. Wiping can hurt, but soaps can too, especially scented ones.
I did not know this.
Here's how experts say to correctly wash your ass.
Ooh.
First of all, the number of times you clean your butt and what you do can cause terrible conditions. Itching, abscesses, anal fissures.
From washing your butt?
A primary care physician mentions anal health as one of the most commonly discussed topics with their patients because, unfortunately, most people don't realize they're cleaning their asses wrong. Keeping it simple is the best way to do it, says the doctor. Lukewarm water to wash the area. Definitely make sure to wash the area once a day. If you're not going to get in the shower, a warm washcloth or a plain wipe with warm water will get the job done. It's important that the wipe or cloth is unscented and doesn't have any chemicals or perfumes that can irritate said rectum.
I can't put Dove on my bungus.
Basically, soap can dry out your anus, causing irritation. So when we irritate the skin, it can get small little micro tears in the area. Now, when that happens, you can potentially get an infection. Instead, if you want to use soap, do it only once or twice a week and use a mild soap without fragrances or additives. You should still wash your butt every day, just mostly with water alone. And one of the biggest factors in anal hygiene is how you're wiping and the amount of harshness of your wipe. One of the major risk factors for UTIs is by wiping in the wrong direction. You're actually bringing a lot of the fecal bacteria that is there into the genitals, and the genital area can then get infected. Wiping front to back, just like I was taught with my daughters, moves the fecal bacteria away from the genitals, which is what you want. At the same time, excessive wiping can be just as detrimental. Similar to the way dry soap dries out the anus, over-wiping can irritate the skin and cause small tears or anal fissures. They mention the wiping anywhere from 6 to 10 times is considered excessive, depending on how much toilet paper you use.
It depends on the movement.
There's not a lot of people aren't out there telling you the right way to take care of your butt, are they? And that's never really been.
I mean, as far as wiping, yeah, but I had never heard this thing about like you don't want scented soaps on the bungus.
No,
I mean, I always just knew you go back. I mean, why would I want to put that stuff near the?
No, that's for I think more females as far as getting an infection goes.
Yeah, for women in particular.
Yeah, not as much as men. What about talcum powder? Can you use talcum powder on your bung?
I thought they said I don't use that stuff.
If I put on mesh shorts and I'm powdering up, I'm sure some gets back there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
it's inevitable.
Yeah, right? Especially when it's hot and humid, man. If you live in a hot and humid area, talcum powder is key.
I mean, it's at the gate, but I'm not crossing the line with the talcum powder.
No.
It's like protesting outside.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. I just want to have a nice poof when I fart.
It's sensitive in there, man. You got to take care of it.
Do you wash your butt with soap though?
Kind of.
I mean, you just kind of run down your body and assume.
I mean, I'm not grabbing the bar of soap or the loofah and scrubbing back there. I mean,
I don't do it.
Oh, I do.
Shine it up a little bit.
Not every time, but there's sometimes you get in there and you go, all right, we got clean.
We got work to do.
we can't just let this soapy water try to do its thing.
More of the random question coming up. 206-421-ROCK.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Start summer up by mixing things up with top paint and stain brands at Lowe's. Shop HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams, Valspar, Cabot to find the perfect pop of color or classic shade you've been looking for. And don't forget to prep your deck for the season with reliable wood stain and sealer. Now's the perfect time to complete your paint or stain project. Lowe's. All things summer, all at the right price.